Aloha, it's Ronnie Margolis with eXp Realty, the Margolis team here on beautiful Kauai. And this is our October market update of real estate sales and trends here on the beautiful Garden Island. So thanks for watching. First thing I want to show you are what I call the market at a glance. And the first thing you're going to notice here, this little dip. So sales in September took a dip. Went from 85 million in transacted real estate business to 51 million. That's a big drop. A 1 month doesn't indicate a trend here necessarily. In fact, I've looked here, it's a couple days before the end of October. We've got 2 more business days, the 30th and then Halloween. And the numbers as of today, the October 28th, when I'm recording this video, are at 65 million. So this is not like totally a downward trend. But September was soft, and of course, things like constrained inventory and interest rates, as with most markets in America, are keeping the market slow. Now, if we scroll down, you can see these charts that indicate the dollar volume per zone of the island. And of course, our resort markets are Princeville and Honolulu up on the North Shore, and Poipu Beach down on the South Shore in Kauai. And so the orange and red, generally speaking, you're going to see those are the tallest because the dollar volumes of the homes is going to be higher. And this just shows us, now you can see, for instance, if we go, we're looking at a year's worth of data. So in the Honolulu district, which is Honolulu and all the way to the end of the road, and Princeville and Kilauea, $34 million of business was done a year ago. Through September, only 22 million in September. And again, we'll get October's numbers in a more business in the Kauai House zone, which is Kapa'a on the east side, versus 7.7 million this year. And generally this trend of less inventory and less sales continues. Well, let me correct that. We're actually getting more inventory, but we still have less sales. So that's a more accurate statement. Next thing I want to bring your attention to are interest rates. Now, if you follow the news, you know that interest rates have been going up and the Fed's been raising rates and then they've been not raising rates. But it's a very volatile market that we monitor on a kind of a moment by moment basis. But I just want to give you this general sense. This is the graph of the interest rates for 2023. And well, kind of from 2022 to 2023, I should say. And you see rates started out a little bit below 4, and as of today, literally today, the rates are over 8%. So what does that mean? Well, that means someone that could buy a home in Princeville for $2 million 2 years ago, now they couldn't qualify for that, or it's possible they couldn't qualify for that because if they could just barely qualify for 2 million, now they'd probably qualify for 1.2 million, 1.3 million. So it's a significant difference. We do have strategies to mitigate it, and I'll tell you about that a little bit later on in this market update. So let me show you something kind of different. I want to just show you the national trends as they're going on in the United States, as that compares to what's happening on the little Garden Island of Kauai. So these are some graphs. Actually, the data is extracted from Realtor.com. And if we zoom in just a little bit, you'll see that yellow dotted plots along the graph here, those are the national trends. So they're in orange. Those aqua towers, they represent what's happening here on Kauai. And obviously the numbers are drastically different, but it's the trends we want to take a look at. So if we zoom in just a little bit more, you'll see that going back 6 months ago, we had maybe 180, 182 properties for sale. These are active listings. Now we're up to 219, 218. Obviously, these are not big numbers, but it is a 20% movement in one direction. And of course, when inventory builds and sales slow, that's a formula for price increases to probably stop. And of course, not every zone of the island is the same, and that's important to understand. If there's nothing for sale in a given condo complex you're looking at, the next one that comes up will probably be listed higher than the last one that sold. But if there's 3 or 4 coming up and they're just sitting there, prices are going to slide the other way. So we monitor that on a, day by day, hour by hour basis, pretty much. And last but not least, price reductions. So you see the national trends and you see that there's more price reductions now, and there are probably going to be more when we see October's numbers. And you'll see that that's true on Kauai, right? More price reductions. So again, small numbers, small inventory on the Garden Island, but from 44 to 56, well, that's a jump of over 20%. So when I'm watching the dashboard, or any of our buyers agents are watching our dashboard where we see the activity during the day, we see more and more price reductions. So what does all this mean? Well, it means that the market is slower as it's been most of the year. It means there's a little bit more inventory. It means there's more days on market. And if you are looking to buy, you have more leverage now than you had earlier in the year. Interest rates are high, it's true, but when you contrast the amount of extra dollars you'll pay with a higher interest rate compared to the standard equity gain you get when you own property on the island of Kauai, it's still a great, great opportunity. And we have some great strategies to help buyers get the sellers to buy down that interest rate. So even if the rates are at 8%, and you buy it down for the first year to 5%, that's going to make your payment a lot less for that first year. And of course, if you're a cash buyer, well, you probably don't care so much about this interest rate. You just want to make sure you get a great deal. And I'd encourage you, whether you're financing or you're buying with cash, come into the market when you've got less competition. When and if those interest rates come down, all those people that are saying, I'm going to wait, well, they're going to jump in. There'll be more competition, and that's sure to bring the prices spiking high again. So that's it for October. We'll be here in November to give you October's numbers. Have a happy Halloween. And if you're viewing this online after Halloween, have a great Thanksgiving with your family and friends. And let's be grateful for the safety that we live in this part of the world, and especially here in the Hawaiian Islands. Look forward to seeing you here on island. A hui ho and aloha. I'm Ronnie Margolis, eXp Realty and the Margolis Team. Take care.